You must have heard me talk a lot about high ticket niches. In this video, I'm going to share with you why obscure niches, high ticket obscure niches, are your fastest path to $10,000 per month. If you want to make $10,000 per month in the shortest time possible with the least effort necessary, obscure niches, high ticket obscure niches are the way to go. Now, for those who might say this obscure niches is a very big term, let me just break it down. Obscure niches are niches that are not so popular, niches that you don't hear people talk a lot about. It's not like make money online. It's not like weight loss. It's not like fitness. It's not like all this popular stuff. You hardly see people talking about it. You hardly see anything about it go viral. They are hidden, not known to most people, but people make a lot of money from them. And I'm going to show you why they are your fastest path to $10,000 per month. Let's get right into it. Number one, these obscure niches, you need fewer sales. You need fewer sales to make $10,000 per month. Remember, they are not just obscure, they are high ticket obscure niches. Let me give you an example. A friend told me he made over 100 million naira, 100 million naira, not a mistake, over 100 million naira from one client in 1 month because of the niche they operate in. Now, so you understand it. If, for example, you have a way, I just want to make an assumption so you get what I'm trying to explain. If, for example, you have a way to provide leads to companies that help people procure things abroad and move them in containers, container loads of items that go for billions of naira, and you help them move them in, big companies, and you have a way to connect yourself to them so that you link up people who need such services with people who deliver it. Let's just assume. How much do you think you will be making from such a client? Do you think a post on how to get the best price and the best procurement agent for billion-dollar projects will go viral? Do you think it's something that people, the average person, will want to watch? They are some of the most boring topics you want to discuss, unless you have a project. Unless the government has given you a contract, suddenly you got a contract and you need to execute it, and the things you need to buy run into tens of billions of naira, and you don't know how to go about it. So this is just to give you a wide example, but people make good money from some of these obscure niches. You hear things like third-party logistics. You hear things like heavy equipment rentals. Think about them, heavy equipment rentals. I'm not talking of even in Nigeria, I mean online. You hear about home improvement contractors. A lot of things where people employ service people, contractors, people who do major work. They need job, but they don't know how to get leads. And there are companies that are set up to get them leads, and they need affiliates who can publish, who can bring in traffic and convert them to leads and send to them. Some of these niches pay as high as $500, $2,000 per lead. A lead is somebody who is qualified, a qualified prospect who has filled a form, completed a form that is handed over to the company to follow up on with them. Now think about it. If you are paid $2,000 per lead, how many sales do you need to make in a month to make $10,000? Just 5. So, but most of these niches are obscure. They are not flashy. Okay, so that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why they are your best path. And it's not something why they pay. Part of the reason why they pay high is not something that the general population likes promoting. the general population does not like promoting. So these companies don't have a lot of people who send them such leads. So when they see people who are willing to send them, they happily pay because they make a lot of money from what they do. Yes, like if you get a company a lead for a project that will end up costing $500,000, why would they have a difficulty paying you 5,000? The company that you got a lead that brought them a project of $500,000. Why would they have a problem paying $5,000? And there are many things like that online. This lesson is not to tell you, it's not to show you the niches, it's to tell you and make your mind go in that direction. Okay. Now, number two, the clients in these niches have a higher lifetime value. And in a number of them too, they have recurring commissions, which increases their lifetime value. Some are one time, some of them might buy one time products and not have recurring commissions, but they might buy multiple times. They buy multiple times through you, you get a lot of what? Value from them. Their lifetime value is high. Now, let me also bring it this way. There are special tools, software for enterprises, where the commissions are as high as 10,000, as high as even 10,000, but let's just say $1,000, $2,000, $1,000 on a monthly basis, recurring every month. You are paid that $1,000 as long as the company keeps maintaining the contract. You are paid $1,000. You are paid $1,000 because the company uses an enterprise software that maybe costs $25,000 each month. And when that happens, you get $1,000 every month for bringing them. At the end of 1 year, you have collected $12,000 just because of one customer. So they have a higher lifetime value. And even when the products are not recurring, once you have them in the niche, you have access to them, you bring them in, and maybe the people you are dealing with give what we call lifetime affiliate commissions. There are some companies like that. They give lifetime affiliate commissions as an incentive. That means anything they buy, since you are the one who brought them, anything they buy from this company, you're going to get a commission for the lifetime of the relationship. Now think about it. If the client stays with them for 10 years and they're going to be buying heavy duty software or heavy duty tools or heavy duty services that pay a lot of money, that cost a lot of money, how much do you think you will make? So they have a high lifetime value. Over the course of their relationship, you will make a lot of money. So that's another reason. The next reason is there is less competition than the typical niches. That means you get better results, faster results with SEO and paid ads. Yes, the volumes are not usually big and you don't need large volumes. There are niches where with 1,000 visitors a month, you can be making 6 figures a month. Yes, 1,000 visitors, 1,000 visitors. Your website gets 1,000 visitors a month and you're making 6 figures a month. Yes, yes, yes. Many people don't know about those niches to even think about building stuff on them. And when those who have an idea about them, they are too boring for them. They're too boring. Ah, no, it's not exciting. I want something that I'm passionate about. And because it is not the kind of thing, most of these niches are not usually in topics where you can hold a conversation on across dinner. There are some niches where you can talk about stuff in them across dinner where you're eating. And they hey, you mean it's interesting. I like this. Hey, it's like this. Those are not usually in those niches. So there's usually less competition because it takes a kind of person who really can discipline himself or herself to write research on things like that. Because it's not something that the average person is usually interested in. So the competition in SEO is very low. And you may see some of them on YouTube and you'll be looking at their channel, very low subscriber count, very low view count, but they're making millions. Yes, millions every year. So the competition is usually less in SEO, on YouTube, even paid ads. If you know how to do it, the competition is less because many people are not focusing their attention there. So that's the third reason. Let's go to the fourth reason. The fourth reason is high buyer intent. Companies, that you remember we say this is B2B. Is B2B means business to business. In case you don't know up to now, B2B is business to business. Now, companies usually don't, like if you are working for a company and your boss says, man, this system is too cumbersome. Is there no tool that can help us streamline this thing and save us time? This is wasting us a lot of man hours. And you say there is a tool, but that tool costs XYZ amount. If the company needs it and they tell you to go and search, look, that's your project, make sure you settle this matter this week, and you go online to search for it. You are searching with intent. They say you're looking for software that arranges our database of 1 million past blah, 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 and sources like this, and you're searching for that. You're searching with real intent because you're not thinking about your house bill. You're not thinking about electricity bill or how much balance you have in your own account because you're not the one paying for it. You just want to get the sort out, go through the search results, get the best results, and submit to your boss so that they can make payment. And all of you will take this headache off your neck. You're working with deadlines and timelines. Corporate institutions operate with deadlines, timelines. Everything must be done to time. It is not like an individual purchase where the person can say, I've changed my mind. Because a meeting was held. This is a problem. We need to solve it. You go online to search for your company. It's high intent. So the people who usually come to search for things in these niches are high intent buyers because they're not buying for themselves. They're representing a company that wants solution within a given time frame. So when you're selling to somebody who is a high intent buyer, your your sales cycle, the cycle it takes, the distance length of time it takes for you to convert that person to a buyer is less because all the person needs to know is if the solution you are providing or are promoting really works and if it works for them. These are not, its price is not, price is one of the listings that they consider. They consider, does it work? Will it deliver for us? Will it work in our setting? If it does, then they've gone for it. So they are high intent buyers. Well, if you compare it to B2C, selling to personal items to people, there's a way people will look at their pocket. They like it too, but they can just push it for a future time. So in the B2B of niches, they are high intent buyers. So take note of that. That's another reason why you should go for these obscure niches. The funnels you build in these niches are more predictable and therefore more scalable. In business, one of the things that people don't like are a lot of variables, a lot of surprises. If the variables in any business are too many, it becomes more difficult to plan. And when it's more difficult to plan and predict, because for you to plan, you need to be able to predict. If it's more difficult to predict and so plan, it's more difficult to scale. But if, for example, now you've set up your funnel and it's so predictable, because in B2B niches, emotions are not what determine purchases as much as in personal stuff. When you're selling personal items an individual will buy, a husband and wife will buy, a family will buy. Emotions play a lot of part. But in corporate decisions, logic plays a lot of part because people are, it's not, the pain point is for the company, it's not for an individual. So people have to bring the logic. If you're in the boardroom or you are trying to present why we should get this software, you're not going to be making emotional arguments. You're making logical arguments. This will save the company so and so hours. This will release the company so and so funds. Over the course of 6 months, this will save us this and increase our productivity by this percentage and make our work better by this margin. That's what you bring up. And since there are logical discussions and decisions are made based on more logical items, the funnel can be what? More predictable. Your sales process can be more predictable. Your promotion process can be more predictable. And therefore, you can plan better. And then when you can plan better, you can scale easily. Because if I bring in 1,000 of my qualified targets into this funnel here, it will come out of this place giving me at least 50 buyers. Such predictability means if 1,000 of such high intent buyers cost you $5,000, if you are using ads, and you know that each of them you get a commission of $1,000, that means I get 50 out of every 1,000. I can confidently and predictably put my 5,000 here to push 1,000 people in and get 50 buyers out, which will give me 50,000. And then when I choose to scale, I can predict more accurately that if I put 50,000 here instead of 5,000, I will get 500,000 or thereabouts instead of 50,000. So it's easier to predict and therefore easier to plan and therefore easier to scale, because purchase decisions in B2B are usually more logical and less emotional, while vice versa most times is the case in B2C, that is business to customer, individual customer. The sixth reason why you should go for B2B obscure B2B niches, high ticket programs, is that the players here have bigger budgets. I mean, your prospects, they have bigger budgets. The budget of a small company compared to the budget of a rich individual is quite wide. Think about it that way. What a company can easily spend in a weekend, most comfortable individuals will not think about spending it even in some years. So the companies are not just willing, they don't just have high intent, they don't just want that result urgently, they also have the capacity. Once they have done due diligence to satisfy themselves that this will deliver the result, they have the capacity to pay. And because they have the capacity to pay, you are not discussing with people who are so cost sensitive, who are so price sensitive. Like in the B2B niches, you are not going to attract people with free this. The attraction is this solves this problem most effectively. This solves this problem. So because they have a large budget, they can spend more. And because they can spend more, you can make more. This is another reason to go for obscure high ticket B2B niches. The final reason is related to the previous one. Even if a company has the same amount as an individual and they want to enter into a purchase, individual purchases are seen from many layers: emotional, satisfaction, lifestyle, what all those things. There are a lot of things we buy as individuals that could be chalked off to vanity. Not so when you are dealing with well-run companies. Every transaction a well-run company does is from an investment point of view. If a company is giving a special worker a high salary, they are not seeing themselves as just throwing money to somebody to make him feel good. They are seeing that person as a valuable resource that brings so XYZ into the company. And because of that, giving him this amount is a good investment. That's why they will use the word, it gives us a good ROI, return on investment. What does it mean if you have these IT guys, many of them are leaving the country? What if we pay this IT guy a comparable wage to what he will get if he travels to US? We will retain him. Why are we doing so? We are doing so because not doing so, if he leaves and we have problems in our IT department, it might cost us $2 million every year. So it makes sense for us to pay him $200,000 a year to save ourselves $10 million. So they are always looking at it from an investment point of view. And when people are making decisions, most transactions are purely seen as investments. Buying a tool, buying a software package for $100,000 is not seen as expensive or cheap. It's seen as what ROI does it bring for us. And when any purchase decision is made from a point of view of return on investment, it's easier to sell to such people if you have the value they seek, if you can prove to them the return on investment. So a company will rather buy a tool for $100,000 that will give them a return on investment of $5 million than buy one for $10,000 that will give them a return on investment of $1 million, because a business is set up to make money. So if you have a tool that will do this and do that, and check the price, the pricing is so different. And then look at the return on investment. The one that is much more expensive from their calculation will give them a better return on investment. They will go for the more expensive one. That is why you need to go to B2B niches and then go for the obscure ones that pay high ticket commissions. If you're interested in learning things like this, we bring strategies to the table that are not commonplace, are not things you'll find and just easily on YouTube. If you want us to take you by the hand, help you choose such a niche, choose the right niche, that with just 5,000 views on YouTube, you can be making 6 figures. We have a mentorship program where I will hold you by the hand, make sure you have picked the right niche, teach you how to get the right niche. Not just that, show you how to build up the system that will help you convert them, show you how to handle them, show you how to scale to a higher level. For you to be part of that mentorship program, you need to click the link, sign up. When you sign up, we'll ask you for your name, email, and phone number. Then we'll expect you to confirm the email so that we don't get people who are just joking around. When you confirm, we are sure it's you. You will now get a link to our application form where you will apply. We want to make sure you are the right fit for us and we are the right fit for you. Our program does not work for everybody and will not work for everybody. So once we are satisfied that you are the right fit, it's an automatic process. We have set up parameters. You will get a link where you can go and book a call. When you book that call, I will call you and we will speak. You will ask your questions, clear anything that is confusing you. Once you are satisfied and we are satisfied, we will now give you the payment details where you can pay and join our mentorship program. But if you don't have time or you don't want to go through the hassle, but you still want to be able to build a business or own a business or have passive income to the tune of $10,000 per month or more or less, you can even want just an extra $200 per month or an extra $500 per month. We have a done for you package. The link is also in the pinned comment and description below. Click it. It will take you through the same process like the mentorship program, where we make sure you're the right fit for us. You confirm your email, you fill a form, you book a call. You don't have any reason not to build your dream life. Whether you want to walk all the way through our mentorship program or you want somebody else to do it for you. Thanks for watching our video. God bless you and have a great life.